What if I told you that the person you married was never a mistake? That every smile, every heartbreak, every fight, every tender embrace was written into the fabric of your soul long before you even laid eyes on each other. Your marriage is not an accident. It is not simply luck, not chance, not fate flipping a coin. It is karma, your karma manifested in human form, walking beside you, sleeping beside you, reflecting you. Think about it for a moment. Out of more than 7 billion people on this planet, you didn't just end up with someone. You ended up with them. Their laughter, their habits, their flaws, their strengths, they became your mirror. Why? Because your soul needed exactly this mirror. Because karma delivers not what you want, but what you need. Karma is not punishment. Karma is not reward. Karma is the teacher that never leaves the classroom. And marriage is one of the most intimate classrooms of all. You can read hundreds of books, listen to hundreds of lectures, but nothing tests your ego, nothing reveals your shadow, nothing awakens your soul quite like marriage does. Have you ever noticed how your partner brings out sides of you that no one else does? One word from them can spark joy beyond measure or ignite a storm inside you. This is no accident. The reason it feels so intense is because your marriage is karmic. It touches the deepest layers of who you are, including the unfinished business your soul has carried from lifetime to lifetime. Paramahansa Yogananda often reminded his disciples that relationships are not random. They are divine appointments. They are arranged not by culture, not by coincidence, but by the subtle laws of cause and effect that govern the universe. If you have been blessed with love in your marriage, it is because you once sowed the seeds of love. If you are facing struggles, it is because the soul has agreed to learn patience, forgiveness, and compassion in this lifetime. You see, marriage isn't meant to make you comfortable. It is meant to make you conscious. It's easy to love when things are going smoothly. But when differences appear, when misunderstandings sting, this is when karma unfolds its true purpose. Those moments are not curses. They are sacred invitations to grow. So, when you look at your spouse, ask yourself, what are they teaching me? Are they showing me where I still cling to pride? Are they reminding me that love is not about control, but surrender? Are they reflecting back my own wounds that I have tried to hide? Your partner may feel like the source of your greatest challenges, but in truth, they are the doorway to your liberation. Without them, certain lessons would remain hidden. Without them, your karma would remain unfinished. With them, you are offered the rarest gift, the chance to transform. Marriage is the mirror that never lies. You may stand before the mirror in your home and hide your emotions with a smile, but the mirror of marriage will reflect your true self back to you, whether you like it or not. Your partner sees you not as the world sees you, but as you really are when the masks come off. They see your strengths, yes, but they also see your insecurities, your fears, your impatience, your shadow. And this is exactly how karma works. It places before you the very person who can show you the parts of yourself you cannot see on your own. Think about the times you've been triggered in your marriage. Maybe it's their words that feel like daggers, or their silence that feels unbearable. Maybe it's small habits, things so minor that outsiders wouldn't even notice that somehow create storms inside you. Why does it hurt so much? Why does it feel so personal? Because marriage is karmic. It hits the exact wounds your soul still carries. Imagine this. If you struggled with pride in a past life, you may now meet a partner who challenges your ego daily, forcing you to taste humility. If you once abandoned someone in pain, you may now find yourself married to a person whose needs demand your compassion and patience. If you once misused love, karma may give you a partner who tests your understanding of what love really means. This doesn't mean marriage is only about struggle. It also reflects your light. The kindness you once sowed may now return to you as a loving spouse who nurtures and supports you. The sacrifices you once made may come back as loyalty and devotion in your marriage. Karma doesn't just mirror wounds, it mirrors blessings too. But here's the challenge. Most people only see the reflection of pain. They say, "My spouse is making me miserable." They forget that misery is not created by the spouse, it is only revealed by them. The seed was already within you. The marriage is the soil that brings it to the surface. Yogananda taught that the purpose of marriage is not merely companionship or pleasure, but spiritual growth. It is the sacred mirror that strips away illusions. Through your partner, you are shown exactly where you are free and where you are bound. You may think you are patient until your spouse tests that patience. You may think you are forgiving until you are deeply hurt. You may think you know love until love demands more of you than you thought you could give. And here lies the beauty. Marriage is the one relationship where you cannot easily run. Friendships may fade, colleagues may leave, but marriage forces you to stay, to face yourself daily, to confront the karmic lessons that cannot be avoided. This mirror is not always kind, but it is always truthful. So, the next time you feel your partner is difficult, pause. Look deeper. Ask yourself, what is this mirror showing me? Am I seeing my anger reflected back? My control? My fear of abandonment? Or am I seeing my tenderness, my ability to love unconditionally, my resilience? The mirror doesn't choose what to show it, only reflects what is already there. Every marriage has two faces, love and conflict. And here's the truth, both are karmic teachers. One softens you, the other sharpens you. One lifts you up, the other humbles you. Without both, your soul's growth would remain incomplete. Love in marriage is not just affection, it's the echo of the kindness and goodness you once gave. When your spouse comforts you, when they hold your hand in silence, when they stand by you in moments of despair that is not random, that is the universe returning to you the very love you once shared with another soul, maybe long ago, maybe even in another lifetime. It is karma blossoming as tenderness. But conflict, too, is karma, only this time. It wears the mask of challenge. The fights, the disagreements, the nights of silence, where the air feels heavy, these are not punishments. They are assignments. Every harsh word, every misunderstanding is the soul's training ground. Without conflict, you would never discover the depth of your patience, the width of your forgiveness, the strength of your humility. Think about it. Anyone can love when life is easy. Anyone can smile when everything is going their way. But true love, the kind that transforms karma into grace, appears when the storms come. When your partner disappoints you, hurts you, misunderstands you, and yet you choose not revenge, but compassion. That is when karma shifts. That is when the soul evolves. Yogananda reminded his students that suffering in marriage is not wasted, it is sacred fuel. It burns away selfishness, pride, and illusion. It leaves behind purity. Imagine gold placed in fire. At first, it screams, it resists, but in the end it shines. Marriage works the same way. The fire of conflict refines the soul until only love remains. There is a reason why your partner can hurt you in ways no one else can. Their words cut deeper, their actions shake you more. This is not cruelty, it is intimacy. Their soul is tied to yours in karmic threads so tight that every movement ripples across your being. And that very pain, though bitter, is the medicine your soul requires. And let's not forget the same intensity applies to joy. The way your heart leaps when your spouse smiles, the way their presence feels like home, this too is karma. It is the balance. For every wound they reveal, they also reveal your capacity for boundless love. Without them, you would not know how wide your heart could open. So, love and conflict are not enemies. They are partners in disguise. One shows you the sweetness of your past, the rewards of your good deeds. The other shows you the unfinished debts, the areas your soul must heal. Together, they make marriage the most complete karmic journey of all. Stories are the soul's way of remembering truths we often forget. And when it comes to marriage and karma, stories reveal more than dry explanations ever could. The first is an ancient parable. A seeker once asked a wise sage, "Why is my wife so harsh with me? She criticizes me, tests me, never seems satisfied." The sage smiled gently and said, "In your last life, you wounded her spirit with careless words. You never knew the pain you left behind. So now, she has returned not to punish you, but to help you taste the very wound you once ignored. Only through patience and humility will that old wound close." The seeker wept, for in that moment, he understood his wife was not his enemy, but his karmic teacher. The second story is more modern. A man who loved Yogananda once shared how his marriage was both heaven and fire. His wife stood by him with loyalty that felt divine, yet at the same time, she challenged every part of his pride. Whenever he thought himself wise, she questioned him. Whenever he thought himself strong, she revealed his weakness. At first, he resisted, feeling caged. But years later, he admitted, "She was my greatest blessing. Without her mirror, I would still be asleep in illusion." This is karma's paradox. The one who annoys you most may be the one who saves you. And then there is the tender story of a woman who married a man she did not truly love at first. She saw marriage as duty, not joy. Yet over time, his quiet devotion, his steady presence, softened her. She learned what love truly was, not the rush of passion, but the slow, steady fire of loyalty. Years later, when he passed, she said through tears, "I did not choose him. Karma chose him, and karma knew better than me." What do these stories reveal? That marriage is not luck. That the faces we call husband or wife are souls who walk with us because they must. Because without them, certain lessons would remain unfinished, certain debts unpaid, certain blessings unrealized. And notice, none of these stories end with resentment. They end with awakening. The seeker who felt cursed found patience. The man who resisted found humility. The woman who doubted found love. That is the hidden script of karma. It begins in confusion. How do you actually see karma in your marriage? It's one thing to speak about it in theory, but karma is not just an idea. It shows up in daily life, in patterns, in repeated lessons that refuse to be ignored. The first sign is repetition. Have you ever noticed how the same arguments keep circling back, no matter how many times you try to solve them? Maybe it's about money, maybe about trust, maybe about respect. It's not that you or your partner are stubborn, it's that karma is stubborn. When a lesson is unfinished, it will keep knocking on your door until you finally open it. The repetition is not punishment, it is persistence. The second sign is intensity. A simple comment from your spouse can spark emotions that feel larger than life. They say one word, and suddenly your chest is burning. Why? Because their words touched not just the present moment, but the echo of a past wound, something you may have carried from another time, another life. Karma has a way of turning small sparks into wildfires, so you can finally face what you once buried. The third sign is reflection. Often, the traits you dislike most in your partner are the very traits you deny in yourself. If you complain that they are controlling, look closer. Do you also crave control? If you accuse them of being distant, ask, do you sometimes withdraw in the same way? Your spouse mirrors your unhealed sides. This reflection is not meant to shame you, but to awaken you. The fourth sign is growth. Karma is not only about suffering, it is about evolution. If your partner challenges you to become more patient, more compassionate, more forgiving, that is karma at work. Even if it feels hard, ask yourself, would I have grown this way without them? Many times, the answer is no. And finally, the deepest sign of karmic connection is recognition. Sometimes, when you look at your partner, you feel as if you've known them forever. Their presence is strangely familiar, as if your souls are old travelers meeting again on the road. This is not imagination, it is memory. Your souls have crossed paths before, and now, by the law of karma. Yogananda often said that when you meet your karmic partner, life becomes both a challenge and a blessing. They will press your deepest buttons, yes, but they will also unlock your hidden strength. They will force you to see yourself, to confront your shadows, but they will also be the reason you rise above them. In the end, marriage is not meant to break you. It is meant to remake you. Karma may begin as a burden, but hidden inside that burden is grace. Every challenge, every fight, every tear has a seed of transformation within it. If you are willing to see it, your marriage can become not just a bond between two people, but a bridge between the soul and the divine. Grace enters when you stop asking, why me? And start asking, what can I learn? The moment you shift from victimhood to awareness, the karmic cycle begins to loosen its grip. You no longer see your partner as the enemy. You begin to see them as your spiritual allies, sometimes rough, sometimes tender, but always necessary. Remember, karma is not destiny carved in stone. It is a script that can be rewritten with awareness and love. If anger has been the pattern, forgiveness can break it. If control has been the cycle, surrender can free it. If fear has shaped the bond, trust can heal it. Every choice you make in your marriage either repeats karma or releases it. That is where grace lives, in the power to choose differently. And grace does not only come in silence or meditation. It comes in the small, ordinary moments of marriage. When you choose to listen instead of argue, that is grace. When you choose to comfort instead of condemn, that is grace. When you see your partner not as a burden, but as a fellow traveler on this karmic journey, that is grace. Yogananda often reminded his disciples that love is the highest law of the universe. If karma binds, love unbinds. If karma creates the classroom, love writes the graduation. That is why marriage, though heavy with karma, is also heavy with opportunity. It is the arena where love is tested, purified, and revealed as stronger than karma itself. So, when you look at your partner, see more than their face. See the soul behind the face. See the lessons they carry for you. See the debts they help you repay, the blessings they help you collect, the destiny they help you fulfill. And most of all, see the grace that flows quietly through it all, even in the hardest times. Because at the deepest level, your marriage is not luck, it is your karma. But within that, karma lies the doorway to something far greater. It is the doorway to grace, to awakening, to the realization that love is not given to you, it is grown within you, tested within you, and through your marriage, revealed in its purest form. So tonight, when you sit beside your spouse, pause for a moment. Look at them with new eyes, not as the person who irritates you, or even as the person who comforts you, but as the soul who walks this karmic path with you, hand in hand, step by step, and whisper to yourself, this is not luck. This is karma, and through karma, I will find grace.